A year of heartache and endless searching for a man who disappeared in Utah's West Desert.
Until you have an answer, you can't process it.
Tonight, Dylan Round's family says that even though there is a suspect, there's still no closure.
The storms continue and temperatures will eventually cool down. The timing of the cooler temps and also what to expect for storms tomorrow.
If your dog has been feeling under the weather lately, they're not the only one. How all this spring runoff could be affecting your pet's health.
Utah Congressman Chris Stewart is expected to resign from Congress. What we're learning tonight and what becomes of the 2nd district seat he now holds.
40 years is a long time, you think about it.
The historic flood of 1983. Tonight, the Utahns who were there when it happened.
There's been a lot of improvements that have happened since 1983.
And why history likely won't repeat.
Live from Utah's news leader, Fox 13 News at 9 starts right now.
It has been 1 year since 19-year-old Dylan Rounds disappeared from Lucin, Utah. Since then, a man has been charged with this murder. But Dylan's body is yet to be found. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Evans.
And I'm Kelly Chapman. Fox 13 News reporter Emily Tenser has been covering the story since he first disappeared. Emily joins us in studio tonight. Emily.
Kelly, Bob, Dylan Rounds moved to Lucin last year to pursue his dream of being a farmer. Today marks 1 year when his mom called law enforcement to report him missing. His family initially thought he could have been out on the land, injured by a snake bite or hurt in a farm accident. Nothing could have prepared them for the year that they've had.
How do you make it go?
On this day last year, 19-year-old Dylan Round's family was frantic.
It was just that gut feeling that you knew.
Memorial Day weekend 2022 was the last time the teen contacted his family. Since then, Candace Cooley has never given up searching for her son in the desolate lands of western Utah.
You got to have an answer. Well, when you have an answer, you can start to process. Until you have an answer, you can't process it.
Fox 13 News was in Lucin with his family the first week of June, back when they first suspected foul play. Since then, their search has never stopped.
We have just been making check marks. We take our radius and we're just one step at a time, we can take this off the board.
Dylan's case has baffled the nation. Many have pooled together resources and high tech to try and find him, including the Diesel brothers back in October. Small Town sold sunflowers in their country stores for Dylan's birthday, the flower now a symbol of the missing young farmer.
And it's been truly amazing for that amount of people to rally around a kid they just know through pictures.
9 months later in March, a squatter who lived near his property was charged with aggravated murder and desecration of a body. Investigators allegedly found Dylan's bloody boots on 59-year-old James Brenner's property. They also found a time-lapse video of Brenner covered in blood, cleaning a gun at the time of the disappearance.
If you'd have heard his voice in that courtroom, a voice tells everything.
For Dylan's family, there's no justice. There's no peace until Dylan is found.
You don't want to do a memorial. You don't want to do anything until you have answers. So you just stay recluse and get through the weekend. And that's what all of us did. It was easier to not deal with people.
James Brenner is expected to appear in court again on Monday.
Now, Emily, you've been covering this story for the past year now and have had quite a bit of experience with it. What was that search like in the first week that he went missing?
Well, Bob, it was so hard because Dylan's property has over 600 acres. Lucin, it's an abandoned railroad community. It was abandoned back in the 90s. The closest unincorporated community is Montello, Nevada, which only has 35 people. So just from the beginning, even though they suspected foul play, they had all this land to work with, and it's obviously continued to be an issue searching through all that land.
It's such an incredibly difficult year for the family. What is next for them?
Just continuing to search. For the last 2 months, since the weather has gotten a little bit better, they keep going out there, they keep searching. They've had huge support from internet sleuths or people who've just heard about Dylan's story, resources, high tech involved, donations to missing persons organizations. So the community, the family, they continue to stay out there, and they will keep going out there until he's found.
We wish them closure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Emily, thank you so much for the update.
Yeah.
In other news, Salt Lake City Council member Amy Fowler is resigning following a DUI arrest and traffic accident in Utah County back on May 3rd. The UHP arrested Fowler in Springville after troopers say she was involved in a crash in Murray but didn't stop. A later breath test registered .111, well above Utah's legal limit of .05. Fowler says she put much thought and consideration into the decision to resign. Her resignation will be effective July 3rd after the 2024 city budget process is over. The Salt Lake City Council has issued a statement tonight expressing support for Fowler. It says, quote, "We thank Amy for her years of dedicated service to our city and wish her the best in her future endeavors." The council must appoint a qualified candidate within 30 days to fill the District 7 seat. After that, a candidate to serve the remaining 2 years of Fowler's term will be determined in the November election.
A judge has ruled a Park City High School tennis coach was justified in her use of force against a student athlete. Court documents indicate 62-year-old Lanny Wilcox confronted a 16-year-old player on the school's tennis team on August 29th of last year. The documents say when Wilcox got close to the player's face, the student slapped her. Wilcox allegedly grabbed the student by the neck in a, quote, chokehold and then took her to the ground. Wilcox's statement says she was acting in self-defense. A 3rd District Court judge agreed. As part of his ruling, the charges of aggravated child abuse and damage to a communication device have been dismissed with prejudice.
In southern Utah, authorities are investigating an inmate's death at the Iron County Jail. Officials say George William Schuessler was found alone and unresponsive in his cell last Thursday. Medical staff and corrections deputies tried to revive him. He was eventually flown to St. George Regional Hospital, where he died on Sunday. No foul play is suspected. Utah's rivers and creeks are running full and fast as the historic snowpack continues to melt.
But Fox 13 News reporter Jenna Bree shows us why some Utahns are concerned that all this water is making their pets sick.
And actually, we went a week before. This is
At the beginning of the month, Bill and Marnay Hammond's dog Ricky got sick.
a 7-day period that he was throwing up and just explosive diarrhea, which is just atypical. And
Within days, their other dogs, Eddie and Lucy, started showing the same symptoms.
we don't take them to rivers and let them run and play. They basically are in our house and walking up and down 7th East. That's their activity.
The Midvale residents started thinking maybe all the spring runoff is affecting their tap water. The dogs' diets have not changed, and they haven't been in any public parks or taken off leash.
That's the only thing that leads us to believe that there's something in the water. That neighbors in the Fort Union area, people that have said they experienced the same thing.
Spring runoff is dangerous to dogs because the water can sweep them away and drown them. But veterinarians say the water is not usually safe for them to drink either.
Every spring we see gastrointestinal problems with dogs, and they do like to get into a lot of things. And it's really best to make sure your dog is on a leash. If you are out boating or hiking, try to bring your dog some fresh water with you.
Dr. Matt Bellman says this time of the year, it's always a good idea to keep an extra close eye on pets.
Trying to keep them away from the obvious algae that's dry and crusty and has a very loud blue and green color to it, because it can cause fatal liver disease and kidney failure, and there's little you can do about it.
Although the veterinarian isn't sure how the runoff could be contributing to the quality of tap water, the Hammonds say their dogs got healthier once they switched them to bottled water.
There's been a lot of chatter about fresh things being washed down out of the mountains. Maybe some of those things are not harmful to humans, and the dogs were susceptible.
In Midvale, Jenna Bree, Fox 13 News, Utah.
I got to watch out for our pets there. And with the warm weather we've been having, we all need a drink of water after being outside for a little while, Allison.
Yes, another day in the mid-80s. And right now, beautiful sunset, a live look from the Natural History Museum. We have cooled down about 10 degrees from our high today to 76 here in Salt Lake right now, 71 degrees in Ogden, 75 in Provo. Still a few thunderstorms up into Idaho and Wyoming, just north of I-80. But it was a really pleasant day here across the state and for much of the region. Temperatures into the 60s for most of your evening. We're going to have temperatures close to 50 to 60 for much of Utah as you wake up tomorrow morning. Salt Lake 58 for a low, Ogden same thing. Provo mid to low 50s. Now throughout the day tomorrow, we're going to have some more storms in the forecast, primarily widely scattered into the second half of the day tomorrow across northern central Utah. Could also see a few isolated storms popping up in far southern Utah, but temperatures tomorrow making it into the 80s briefly again with widely scattered storms. Some very strong storms possible off to our east tomorrow. We'll talk more about this new active pattern we're going to see as the storm system moves through coming up.
A Utah man arrested with a white supremacist group got sentenced today on child pornography charges.
Having a porn addiction since a teen has really led me down a path that
We'll tell you the plea he made before the judge and what the judge sentenced him to.
This is a bombshell development.
Representative Chris Stewart is reportedly going to resign from Congress. We'll have reaction on this rare move in Utah politics.
We're on 5th South and State, and this is what's now called the State Street River.
And today marked 40 years since a major thoroughfare in Salt Lake City became a river. Hear from those who played a crucial role in the city's response.
Welcome back, everyone. Little Cottonwood Canyon looks a little different in some areas after an intense winter of avalanches.
The Utah Department of Transportation says nearly 100 avalanches comprising of both natural and mitigation slides took place in the canyon this year. They led to large amounts of debris being left behind in the canyon and in some favorite recreation areas. The National Forest Service says this year's aftermath is worse than prior years.
We had way more avalanches than we've had in the past. We had more damage than we've had in the past. And so that's what we're calculating into when we can open up recreation areas. Oh, you'll probably see trails that are blocked with trees, some runoff that could be eroding those areas, and potentially some damage at our recreation areas.
If you'd like to volunteer to help clean up debris, contact the Uinta-Wasatch Cache National Forest. The Department of Environmental Quality is warning of E. coli in some water bodies in Utah. Tests show Highland Glen Reservoir behind Lone Peak High School and Sandy Beach on Utah Lake just south of Provo Bay have elevated levels of E. coli. They're advising you not to swim or fish in those areas because you may become sick. Other areas of Utah Lake are safe to be in right now.
Listen to this. A little more than 8,500 boats were inspected for quagga mussels over the Memorial Day weekend here in Utah. Law enforcement officers and DWR inspected also decontaminated boats all around the state. They're focused on preventing the invasive quagga mussel at Lake Powell and in other states from spreading to other Utah water bodies. Quagga mussels can plug water lines and get into water delivery systems.
Students in West Jordan celebrated a milestone by turning their favorite teachers into ice cream sundaes
That
today.
would be fun, right? Good thing it's a warm day. The celebration came after successful fundraising by Mountain Shadows elementary students for the PTA. Look at all those sprinkles. Several teachers were also wrapped in toilet paper to look like cotton swabs. Some were covered in silly string, others got a pie in the face, and some were even duct taped to the wall.
So every year the PTA does a fundraiser and the kids participate. This year we sold chocolates, world's best chocolates, and part of their prize is this. So each tier they get to, teachers volunteer, staff volunteers to either get toilet paper, duct tape to a wall, become a human sundae, things like that. So it kind of is an incentive for the kids to sell lots of chocolate.
Oh, this guy's getting some silly string in the mouth there. The money raised will be used to sponsor student activities such as field trips. He's owning that silly string.
Yeah. Look at the duct tape. It reminds me of David Letterman's Stupid Human Tricks. Remember when he would Velcro himself to the wall?
And I'm thinking with the duct tape, not as bad getting taped up, but it's when you had to pull the tape off. That's really going to be the torturous part.
If it's on your arm or someplace that maybe has a little hair. Oh my.
I would probably wear long sleeve pants, a long sleeve shirt, and don't get the hair.
Oh, well, it was a perfect day for Sundays, I'll tell you that.
We had mid-80s today. We had temperatures a little bit cooler for the holiday weekend. We will be cooling down again later this week, though, so if you prefer those mid-70s, I think you'll like the 7-day forecast. I'm meteorologist Allison Krogan. What a stunning day today at Sugar House Park. Terry, thank you so much for sharing this picture in our Facebook group, Utah's Weather Authority. Also, a quick plug for if you have any pictures, stories, or videos from the flooding, back in the early 80s. We would love to see that. We posted a whole little thread on our Facebook page, Utah's Weather Authority. We would love to get your input, hear your stories, see your pictures. Tomorrow, widely scattered storms. Still some flooding concerns remain. I'm going to highlight all of those in just a second. And then we have those cooler temperatures on the way. So we have a flood advisory for the Logan River near Logan. This is until Saturday at noon. It's been downgraded from a flood warning to a flood advisory. Flood watch along the Little Bear River below Hiram Reservoir. That continues through mid-June. Over towards Corinne, we have a flood advisory for the Bear River until further notice. Flood warning continues for eastern Rich County. This is along the Bear River. This goes until Friday morning. Down towards the Uinta Basin, we've got a flood advisory in effect for the Duchesne River until Saturday morning. Then we also have a flood warning for the Sevier River down towards Panguitch and Hatch. This is until further notice. So we look at the forecast for the next couple of days. We're going to again have temperatures in the 80s for tomorrow, and then we're going to be cooling into the 70s second half of the week. For Salt Lake City, this is a live look from Intermountain. This is facing north right now. As you can see, got quite a few clouds out there as our sun has set. It's getting darker outside. Temperatures close to 60 degrees when you wake up tomorrow morning. And then we're going to be again into the 80s tomorrow. But right now, getting ready for bed, 60s and 70s if you wanted to crack a window open, unless your allergies have been bad. I know a lot of you have been complaining about everything that's blowing around in the air. So allergies tough for a lot of you right now. Still a few areas of lightning strikes north of I-80 in southwest Wyoming, just east of Evanston. Primarily dry conditions across the state today. We are going to have a better chance for some storms to return tomorrow. As we look at our storm threat, our best chance for thunderstorms, everything highlighted in mint green. So northern Utah from about Nephi north and then down towards southwest Utah also. Do want to point out that Denver and further east, there is a much better chance for some severe weather to develop tomorrow. But for us here in Utah, might see a few thunderstorms, but likely nothing that's going to cause too many problems. Temperatures waking up tomorrow morning, about 45 to 60 here across the state. Temperatures rising into the 80s just briefly tomorrow. And then we're going to end up with a better chance for some more storms to develop with temperatures about 70 to 80 tomorrow. So St. George, you're mid-80s, you're into the 90s this weekend. You have some isolated storm chances throughout the 7-day forecast, but not that great of a chance on any given day. And for the Wasatch Front, widely scattered storms for Wednesday and Thursday, mid-70s Friday and Saturday, with more scattered to widely scattered storms this weekend. We'll talk more about the storm chances coming up in just a bit. We'll be right back.
Having a porn addiction since a teen has really led me down a path that is...
Well, those were the words of a man arrested last year near an LGBTQ pride event in northern Idaho. Today, he was sentenced in Utah in a child pornography case.
Fox 13 News investigative reporter Nate Carlisle has been tracking the cases of the Patriot Front and was in the Provo courtroom today.
I am not a threat to any child. I'm not a monster. I'm trying to be the best father I can be.
28-year-old Jared Boyce looked far different Tuesday than the last time the public saw him. Back in June of last year, Boyce, who is from Springville, Utah, was among 31 members of the white supremacist group Patriot Front arrested near an LGBTQ pride event in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
There was an arrest made.
Ty Christensen prosecuted Boyce for what the FBI found on his phone.
As part of that arrest, his phone was seized, and during the course of that investigation, child sex abuse material was found on the phone.
Boyce pleaded guilty last month to 9 felony counts of sexual exploitation of a minor and a misdemeanor count of dealing in material harmful to a minor. Boyce also admitted to sending an explicit photo of himself to a 16-year-old girl.
I have 2 amazing boys.
In a statement to the judge, Boyce talked about his 6- and 3-year-old sons.
Ever since I crossed that line, I did start taking my sons to church. I stopped watching porn, and I was battling my demons and winning.
Boyce was facing the possibility of 30 years in prison. He asked the judge for about 7 months in jail, plus probation.
I will not fail probation. I will not fail my sons, and I will not fail this court.
I want to clarify that the defendant, he's correct. He is not a monster. He is, however, a person who willingly participated in a behavior that makes child abuse prevalent in our society.
The judge sentenced Boyce to 1 year in jail.
For 365 days as his initial jail term.
With credit for 81 days he's already served. Boyce also will be on probation for up to 3 years. After the hearing, his mother declined to go on camera. She threw Boyce out of her house after his Idaho arrest, and Tuesday said she felt guilt for what her son has done, though she tried to be a good example for him. Boyce is still charged with a misdemeanor count of conspiracy in Idaho. There he's pleaded not guilty. From Provo, Nate Carlisle, Fox 13 News, Utah.
One of Utah's longtime sitting congressmen is expected to resign his position. The personal reason why he's stepping down and what comes next for the communities he represents.
It's 40 years since the State Street flooding in 1983. What officials tell us about why that won't happen again and how people responded 40 years ago.
Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in Utah are facing unique challenges to home ownership. We look at the barriers they're seeing.
A lawsuit over a controversial proposal to build islands on Utah Lake goes to court.
Real Salt Lake continues their busy stretch. Can they continue getting good results? We'll hear from the club coming up in sports.
Utah Congressman Chris Stewart is reportedly going to resign, maybe as soon as this week. That is what is being reported by numerous news outlets tonight, including our content sharing partner, the Salt Lake Tribune.
Fox 13 News reporter Chris Arnold spoke with the Tribune reporter who broke the news today.
This is a bombshell development. No one saw this coming.
Brian Schott is a political correspondent with the Salt Lake Tribune and has covered politics in the Beehive State for the past 20 years. He says Congressman Stewart's decision to step down and the reason he is giving is because of ongoing health issues with his wife. Right now, it is unclear what those health issues may be.
I spoke with multiple people close to Stewart or within Stewart's orbit who heard this news, could confirm that this was indeed what was going to happen, and that announcement could come sometime within the next week.
Schott spoke to the rarity of Representative Stewart's decision, saying this will be only the 5th time in Utah state history that we've had a midterm vacancy in a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives.
Jason Chaffetz stepped down in 2017. In 1929, Republican Elmer Leatherwood died in office, and he was replaced by Republican Frederick Loughborough.
For Stewart, the congressman for Utah's 2nd Congressional District, the announcement comes less than a year after he won his 6th term last year. In all, he's served in that seat since 2012, and Schott says Representative Stewart was a key player while serving on the House Intelligence Committee.
We will be working through a brand new statute that was passed in 2020 as a result of what happened in 2017. It has not been used before.
Once the resignation is official and Stewart's seat becomes vacant, Jason Perry, the director of the Hinckley Institute of Politics, says Governor Spencer Cox will have 7 days to issue a proclamation calling for a special election.
And once he does that, timelines are put in place by statute. usually they're by 90 days. So 90 days from that point, there should be a primary election. And then 90 days after that, there should be a special general election.
According to that statute, a date for a primary and general special election would be set on the same day as either a municipal general election, a presidential primary election, or a regular primary or general election. I did reach out to Congressman Stewart's office earlier today to see when he would be making an official statement about this decision. I've yet to hear back at this time. On the Hill, Chris Arnold, Fox 13 News, Utah.
If you lived in Utah in 1983, chances are you remember the flooding in downtown Salt Lake City and elsewhere. And if you were born or moved here since, you may have heard of the State Street River.
On the anniversary of that historic flood, Fox 13 News reporter Maithili Gubi spoke to officials who managed that response.
40 years is a long time, you think about it. I was 39. Now I'm 80. I can't believe that.
Looking back, it's something that doesn't happen every day.
We're on 5th South and State, and this is what's now called the State Street River.
To deal with the fast melting snowpack in 1983, water from City Creek was diverted to State Street.
Yep, that's my writing. Now this is the money that I got from helping to do mitigation projects.
Lorraine Frank was the director of Utah Comprehensive Emergency Management in 1983.
Everything is much better after 40 years. We learned a lot. So clearing of streams and information dissemination down to the locals. You know, it's just amazing what's been happening from the time that we, like in the Stone Ages, compared to now.
She flipped through yellow pages looking for phone numbers to call contractors, crews, and people to help.
Trying to get as many sandbags. We went through 1.5 million, and we were out. We were telling people take shirts, button it up, put sand in it, and tight arms and tie them up.
Lorraine says seeing everyone come out to help each other was one of the highlights of the natural disaster. That's something former Salt Lake City Mayor Ted Wilson echoes and hopes we can continue to do.
Be prepared to offer help, particularly on the neighborhood level where someone's basement may be flooded or other things could happen. People need to work together and enjoy each other.
But doesn't think that this will happen again.
If we'd have had any problems now, we didn't learn our lesson.
There's been a lot of improvements that have happened since 1983 with the infrastructure, additional reservoirs, a lot of mitigation work that's happening, and really just, everybody learns from these events. So the 1983 event was a wake-up call for things that needed to happen, and there have been a lot of improvements over the years.
The historic State Street River has become a core memory for so many Utahns. People remember where they were when it happened and how it impacted them. If you have your own pictures or memories you want to share with us, you can post them to Utah's Weather Authority Facebook page. In downtown Salt Lake, I am Maithili Gubi, Fox 13 News, Utah.
What a look back there. Coming up, the state of Utah has rejected the idea at least once. How the company is now trying to build islands on Utah Lake defended its plan in court today.
And temperatures today made it to 86 degrees. It's almost 10 degrees above average for this time of year. We'll talk more about what we can expect with our next cool down and what kind of storms we'll see over the next few days.
Earlier this month, Fox 13 News reported on the challenges Black would-be homeowners face across the country and here in Utah.
And as the housing affordability crisis continues, we're looking at housing issues from different angles. Here's Fox 13 News investigative consumer reporter Robin Oginye.
As Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month comes to a close, we're taking a closer look at research highlighting the barriers to home ownership this diverse group faces. According to a report released last week by Zillow, despite typically having higher income levels and lower mortgage denial rates, Asian and Pacific Islander households are typically denied mortgages due to a debt-to-income ratio considered to be too high. In addition, most denials for Asian and Pacific Islander applicants are due to having insufficient cash to close on a home, more so than other races. Note the difference here. Asian families applying for mortgages don't face the same issues accessing credit like Black and Hispanic families, but Pacific Islander applicants do. Almost a quarter of their mortgage denials are based on credit history. In terms of maintaining home ownership, an economist with Zillow told me why it can be difficult for these groups to keep their homes.
Asian and Pacific Islander families tend to live in some of the most expensive housing markets in the country. places like San Jose or San Francisco, large West Coast metros that face significant housing shortages. And so because of this, these families tend to stretch their budgets to achieve and maintain home ownership. And so that's why they face significant barriers to keep that home, even if they manage to get on the housing ladder.
That means housing cost burdens could be higher for Asian and Pacific Islander homeowners, even though they have higher incomes on average. That economist also told me it's important for potential home buyers to know you have to talk to a mortgage professional first to try to figure out what it is that you can afford. Many people know all about the down payment. Not everyone knows that they also have to have the closing cost on hand in order to get the keys to that new house. Robin O'Guinier, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Coming up, the Fox 13 Dream Team surprises a woman who's gone the extra mile for those less fortunate and their four-legged friends. We'll introduce you to her.
Well, the Bees are back in town, and they started their 12-game homestand with some big home runs tonight, and RSL ready for some home cooking as they continue their strong play. We'll hear from the team before tomorrow's match at home against the LA Galaxy.
Of the Canadian international Dane St. Clair.
They did not follow the law. That if they would have followed the law, they would have gotten different factual outcomes.
A controversial proposal to dredge Utah Lake and build islands on it was in court today.
A judge will now decide whether the company behind the idea gets another chance to push it forward.
Fox 13 News political reporter Ben Winslow has the story from Utah Lake.
We're moving for dismissal on all claims.
The Utah Attorney General's office asked a judge to throw out Lake Restoration's lawsuit. The company is challenging the Division of Forestry, Fire and State Lands' decision to reject their permit application.
Specifically, FFSL exercises statutory authority not to dispose of sovereign land if the disposal will interfere with the public trust.
To deal with Utah Lake's environmental problems, Lake Restoration Solutions wants to spend billions of dollars to dredge it and build islands for housing, habitat, and recreation. The state rejected the idea, saying it wouldn't pass constitutional muster and the project would be detrimental to the citizens of Utah.
They ignored Utah law, which they can't do.
But Lake Restoration Solutions argued in court the legislature passed a new set of laws governing the lake that the division selectively chose to ignore.
The question is not whether Utah Lake needs significant restoration. The question isn't whether or not the Utah legislature has the financial ability to pay for that. Again, they don't. They have said the division needs to consider private opportunities. The division refused to do that.
The judge did not issue a ruling from the bench, but says she will make one at a later date. But she did appear to question if it's too little too late for Lake Restoration Solutions in this permit process.
You're saying that the findings were wrong now, but my question is, was that issue preserved before? Were those findings disputed before?
We said, you division, you're using the wrong legal context. As a result, your findings are incorrect. We're not saying here's what the findings should have been. We're saying you're using the wrong law. You're using the wrong, rules of the game.
The Islands project has been controversial since its inception, and the state's decision has been a massive setback. Lawyers for the state argue the lake belongs to the people. That's set forth in the Utah State Constitution.
The scale and scope of what LRS's Islands project needs to be evaluated. In our view, that's very, very limited.
In Provo, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Tina, the Tina Turner musical, premiered tonight at the Eccles Theater in Salt Lake City. It's part of the Broadway at the Eccles series. Music icon Tina Turner, you may remember, passed away just last week at the age of 83. The musical about her life originally premiered in London back in 2018. The Salt Lake City edition runs through Sunday. Tickets are still available.
It's time now for the latest edition of the Fox 13 Dream Team.
I always love these.
Yeah.
This month's recipient is a woman whose life's work is to help pets that are often overlooked. Margie Oliveira is the founder of the Street Dog Crew of Utah. The local nonprofit provides food, vaccinations, vet care, and much more for pets who belong to people experiencing homelessness, as well as those with low incomes. The organization solely relies on donations and volunteers. Margie is known to give much of her own money to the cause.
Fellow volunteers nominated Margie for a special surprise visit from the Fox 13 Dream Team and anchor John Franke. She received a gift of $1,000 toward her group, as well as a $250 gift card to Petco.
You're getting emotional here. Why are you emotional?
Because it's exciting that somebody thinks of what we do, and I can give so much more.
What does it mean to know that the work you're doing is helping somebody keep their animal that means so much to them?
Oh, it's very rewarding because my pets are my world. I love animals, and I started out in my car with little bags of dog food, just stopping and talking to people. It's very rewarding to put a smile on somebody's face knowing that you're helping them.
Margie, keep it up. Thank you for all you do.
That's wonderful.
What a great organization. Hey, if you know someone who deserves an uplifting surprise from the Fox 13 Dream Team, we'd love to do it. Head to fox13now.com/contests to nominate them.
Our four-legged friends are loving this great weather that we have outdoors, and they're going to be out there. What?
When you have a couch potato dog. That's Bosco.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Oh, it's so funny because it's really not hot yet. My poor dog can't even make it around the block. Maybe I need to get him his summer shave. He's a doodle and he's really thick. He's like a sheep.
Maybe so.
Shave him down. But man, this heat's already got him, Allison.
Oh, well, we've got temperatures that are going to be cooling down a little bit. So, Bosco, I've got your back. We'll have mid-70s for you returning in just a couple of days. 76 here in Salt Lake right now, but we did make it to 86 degrees in Salt Lake City. We look at our temperatures over the next couple of days. We are going to be cooling down, but partly cloudy tonight and tomorrow morning with widely scattered storms in the forecast for your Wednesday. Now across northern Utah, we've got a few clouds up towards the Idaho border, northern Wasatch Front, but mostly clear sky for a lot of the state right now. Come tomorrow, we could see a spike for some widely scattered storms. After lunchtime tomorrow, our best chance will be from about 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. But for Salt Lake, looks like our best time right now. The forecast models are suggesting a little peak come 3 p.m. So we've got chances for some storms tomorrow. I know some of your kids have field day, last week of school stuff if they're not out on summer break quite yet. So just know that there is a chance that tomorrow afternoon, that's when we've got a better chance for some storms to develop as opposed to in the morning. So if you wanted to go to the park, go for a walk with the family or your dogs, tomorrow morning would be a great time to do that. We look across the state tomorrow, temperatures about 70 to 85 for a high. Our rainfall forecast over the next 48 hours is less than ½ of an inch of rain here in Utah, and mainly for our I-15 corridor and our Wasatch Front and our mountains here across the state. Our chance of precipitation then for Ogden, widely scattered for Wednesday and Thursday. Come Friday and Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at scattered storm chances this weekend. So there is a potential if you're camping this weekend that we end up with the possibility for some storms to develop. Pretty active 7-day forecast though, as you can see here in Provo. Your peak will be on Friday. Beyond that, widely scattered storm chances. And for St. George, isolated storm chances over the next week, but by Monday and Tuesday, you're back to a little bit of a better chance. Come tomorrow, the flash flooding potential is possible for Bryce Canyon, Capitol Reef, Grand Staircase, and Zion National Park. St. George, you're around 85 to 95 for the next week, with your warmest temperatures falling on this weekend. And for the Wasatch Front, widely scattered storms Wednesday, Thursday, scattered on Friday, mid-70s Thursday through Sunday. And then after our 7-day forecast, I want to give you a heads up that our temperatures likely return to normal or below normal for the second week of June. And in that same time frame, we're likely looking at above average precipitation.
It's another busy week for Real Salt Lake with their 5th consecutive 3-game week, starting tomorrow night with a Major League Soccer match at home against the LA Galaxy. RSL's coming off a 1-1 tie at Minnesota on Saturday. Good result on the road, with RSL picking up 2 wins and a draw on their last 3 matches away from home. And since April 8th, RSL's 6 wins, 2 losses, and 4 draws in the 12 matches in that stretch in all competitions. RSL will try to keep it rolling at home with 3 of their next 4 matches at America First Field, starting tomorrow night against the last place LA Galaxy.
It doesn't matter the form they're in. I mean, they're still a team with like lots of qualities, so it takes everything that we have to go laissez-faire about it. I feel like that's not going to be good enough for any team in this league, so we're willing to give 110%, trying to bring the best squad we have out there on Wednesday and go for it all. Go for the 3 points, especially at home. Keep that momentum going, not just on the road, but also here to get our fans back.
The LPGA Tour is returning to Utah for the first time in 60 years. Black Desert Resort Golf Course in Ivins made it official today, announcing we'll host an LPGA Tour event in the spring of 2015. The Tom Weiskopf designed golf course near St. George just opened over the Memorial Day weekend. They'll host the best female golfers in the world in 2 years. Salt Lake Bees started a 12-game homestand tonight. They used the long ball against Albuquerque. Down 3 in the 4th inning, Jake Lamb tied it up with this 3-run shot to right field. It was tied up at 8. Then in the 5th inning, Jordan Adams, a drive to some very excited kids waiting for that home run. Solo home run put the Bees up 9-8. 2 batters later, it's Chris Oakey. Gets good wood on that one. Another solo home run to put the Bees up by 2. The Bees went on to win the series opener 11-9. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow in Denver. A week after the sweeping the Lakers, the Nuggets found out they'll play Miami after the Heat beat the Celtics last night. So it's number 1 seed from the West against the number 1 seed from the East. But the Nuggets suspect the challenge.
You get to the NBA Finals, it's not about seeding anymore. And for those that are thinking that this is going to be an easy series, I don't even know what to say to you people. I mean, like, this is going to be the biggest challenge of our lives. It's the NBA Finals. You know, this is, you're trying to win the first NBA championship in franchise history. It's going to be the hardest thing that we've ever done, which is the way it should be.
I guess the Jazz know a little bit about that, getting to the finals twice and winning. But the Nuggets are big favorites, so we'll see how it all shakes out.
I think they're going to do it.
Yeah, I think so too. Nikola Jokic is so good.
I always like to hear a great story, you know? Why not make it the first time this year?
It's their turn.
Yeah, finals are always exciting. All the playoff games happen. Thanks, Jeff.
We'll be right back. Thanks for being with us. Guess what's next?
Quick cast. Stick around.
There you go.